Hello, friends. Um, I don't know where to start. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, so what I'm excited about right now on this date, I've been excited for a while. Maybe some of you can notice that I do have a cold. Had a cold the last since last week, and you know, I've been so excited and so charged up for life. And it's very interesting because I'm experiencing like both sides of the coin where I'm sick, I feel run down, but yet I feel excited and I want to experience things. I'm like super hungry for spirit and communications and the woo woo, but then I want to rest. I'm coughing all the time or I'm sneezing all the time and it just don't feel good and stuff like that. But it's very interesting because to experience both sides of the coin at the same time, um, it made me, I don't know, maybe it was just presented to me for a specific reason, but I saw a video recently of this. So I'm into sports. So I saw Tim Tebow. He's a football player, baseball player, and does a lot of other stuff. And so for some reason I clicked on it and he's talking about like his life and stuff like that. And it's just interesting because I got so caught up in his like passion for life and his purpose. And so it got me thinking about my purpose and not like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be a healer, a teacher healer, or am I supposed to save the world? Nothing like that, but just like what's the reason for us being here? And it's like, so I just was thinking about it for myself. Because sometimes I feel like I need to have structure. I need to have clear definitions. And other times I'm very loosey goosey, um, whimsical or free flowing. Like I don't need that structure, but other times I really do. And so um when I was in this train of thought, like what is the purpose of life? Um Obviously it's to like learn lessons and um have experiences. Um and then I was like, well, what else is there? Like um what else is there to life? And I kind of wanted to stay away from karma because that um I don't know, I feel like sometimes we just use the word karma as a way to like I don't want to say detach, but maybe excuse something like I don't know. I know some like people are really into it or like some philosophies are really focused like oh it's about you're repaying debt or something like that, and I'm starting to feel like I don't want to see life that way, like it's a repaying of debt or like I killed you, you killed me, or I was rich, now I'm gonna be poor, or I was in good health, now I'm gonna be in bad health, that kind of thing. So I kind of wanted to stay away from that thought process for this thought process of figuring out purpose of life. And so I just focused on the other two, the um lessons and experiences. And I thought it was very interesting because you know it's like some lessons take a long time to learn, and we're constantly experiencing them. And then I was thinking like, is it about finding resolution, or is it all about just having the experience of? And so um I was trying to think like about like for myself, what's an experience that I've had, a predominant experience that I've had most of my life. And it's so one of the things that uh that I realized was fear. Um and I'll say well, I could say that I've had experiences of fear um most of my life, or I find ways to be in fear, um or I found ways to be in fear most of my life. And so I guess it's like a running theme, right? And so most of the time you would think, oh, well, clearly your purpose in life is to learn that you shouldn't fear anything. But then I think if you, well, I started thinking, so then if I became a person that thought that way, like the purpose of my life, well, not the purpose, but a purpose or a reason is to learn the lesson to not fear. Um, how how that would change my life. Um, and I'm not saying that it's a wrong or right thing that our purpose is to like end processes or end themes like fear or anger or something like that, right? It's just I just noticed like there's a constant theme of like, so I started when I was a child. I think it was like when I was 2 or 3. I was very sick, and the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. They just knew that my kidneys were messed up and that I could die. And so my mom was very religious. Um, she was praying all the time in front of me, and she would always like, "Please don't take my son. Please Jesus, don't take my son, or I hope he doesn't die." Like I could hear this constantly, and it just made me fearful. Um, and I'm not saying this to talk bad or, it's my mom's fault that I started this way or something like that. I understand, she didn't have any answers. And, a lot of times when we don't have answers to very important things, we become fearful. And so I get it, I understand where she's coming from, but that's just, the facts were, I was around fear at a young age, and it kind of just ingrained in me. So, like, even obviously, I'm alive and I moved on from that issue. I grew out of it. And, but there's other things in life that made me fearful, or I find a way to be in fear of something. And so I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, so that's good to know." Like that's a constant theme. And so that's where I started thinking like, "Okay, is it my life, or is it one of the themes of my life is to remove fear or not be in fear of?" And I was like, "Oh gosh, I don't know." At first, I would say most of my life I was trained to think yes, but now I'm starting to think maybe not, because it would change the experiences that I have. And I'm not saying that that's not a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm just saying that, I feel like, oh gosh, I don't know how to say it. Wow, this is if I could just hit pause for a second. I feel like I'm starting to go down another rabbit hole. Um Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if that's something that if um if we're supposed to like I guess it's part of see I guess where I'm struggling is it a part of my evolution to evolve away from that, or is it part of my evolution to just go through all the experiences of fear, um or anger or bad health, whatever it is, right? Whatever themes um may be a part of your life. And I don't know. I know it's kind of weird to say, but I think we're all accustomed to like I don't want to suffer. I don't want hardship. And now I'm starting to feel like but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing for us. So like maybe bringing it back to where I started from, I was so excited about life and I got sick. I got a cold and I felt miserable, but yet I'm excited. But I can't stop coughing. But I want to learn. But my nose keeps running and I'm sneezing all the time. But I want more. I want spirit. I'm like thirsty. I'm hungry for it. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe sorry. Maybe maybe it's not to take away those things, but it's to have all of the experiences um in life. And it was interesting because when I was going through this whole thought process of, you know, lessons and experiences and do we want to end them? Is it a theme because it's supposed to be, or is it a lesson that needs to be learned to be ended? I don't know. And then I guess it's a poem, and it just like popped into my head. Um, I think it's like a season, a reason, a lifetime, and then it's like friends, or maybe it's a saying. I don't know. I think it was like friends or people are in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And then so I was like, well, you could say that for lessons then, right? Or you could say that for themes, however you want to like I don't know, I'm stuck on the word theme. But however you want to call it. But so I guess I just put like, okay, so I used it for my theme. Fear, right? Is fear a part of my life for a season, a reason, or for a lifetime? And so clearly it's not for a season because I've experienced this for 50 years now. Um, is it here for a reason? Well, yeah, I guess to learn from, to evolve from, maybe not evolve away from, but also to have experience. So is it here for my whole life? It's weird because we talk about like, oh, inner child, right? And so like, oh, I've carried my inner child for 50 years, right? And I've done some work with Jason Tempinski on healing that, with JJ, with Kevin Lewis, with Kim Copeland, with Terry Renner. We have had conversation, or I have had conversations with them regarding inner child and stuff like that. And um, it's just interesting because I feel like I've healed my inner child, and then sometimes like something might come back up, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, and it's like, oh, it doesn't bother me, but is it still an issue? I don't know. But it's not prevalent. I'm not saying like, well, I'm not like holding it hostage or saying like, "Oh, this is the reason why I'm so messed up," or something like that. No, it's not like that. It's like, "Oh yeah, this happened when I was a child. So have I evolved away from that? Have I learned the lessons or something? Or is like that just another thing, the inner child?" Um, I don't know. Um, but it's yeah, so I guess I don't know. Now I'm starting to ramble, so maybe I should just stop. Hopefully this is coherent. But if you could take away like I guess the real reason for this video, and I was actually really stuck on what to call it. Um, so I guess that's just why I probably might just have all my videos come out to be what I'm excited about right now and then slap a date on it because it was like was I'm like to call this like oh life purpose, but then I think I might have had another video about life purpose. And I'm sure I'll have another video in the future about life purpose because something will hit me a certain way, and then I'll fractal off into like, oh, this is what it could be. Um, but yeah, anyways, uh, are we here to learn? Are we here to experience? And it's probably both. It's probably not one thing. It's probably a lot of things. Um, but yeah, it's just very interesting. I still feel very excited and I'm still sick. Um, I was like I was really down, well, not down, but I was really tired yesterday and really weak and coughing but I really wanted to go to my mediumship, my meditation circle. And so it's just really strange. Life is I don't want to say it's strange in a bad way, but it's a very interesting time right now for me where there's like this constant good and like I don't want to say bad, like oh my life sucks. It doesn't suck. It's really cool. But there's I'm experiencing both sides of the coin at the same time, and I'm choosing to say that that's kind of cool. I wish I would, you know, well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say, oh, I wish it was only good because I think it's all good. I think everything's good, right? It's just about like, oh, having an experience and learning from it or gaining something from it. And, I guess the higher we keep our spirits and the higher we stay. Um, and I guess we always want to be high. Well, not high, high, but, high, like enlightened. Well, how about that instead of high? Yeah, we always want to be in those like fun states, and we try to stay away from the bad states. But maybe it's just a state. There's no like good and bad. I don't know. I'm starting to do it again. I'll end it here. Thanks for listening, and I guess like always, if you can share in the comments what you think um, about like are we supposed to just is the themes in our life, are they here for like for us to learn, or are we here for the experience of it? It's probably both, but yeah, I'll stop here. I'm sorry. I'll get better. All right. See you guys.